Hello, my name's Robert Bryan. I'm the ITOM Practice Manager here at Crossfuze, and today we're here to talk about ServiceNow ITOM. Specifically, how ServiceNow ITOM can help modernise, automate and optimise your IT. ServiceNow ITOM has 4 pillars: visibility, health, optimisation and governance. Depending on where you are in your maturity will depend what capability is suitable for you as a customer. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the challenges it helps you overcome and some of the value it can provide you within the platform. Today, I'm joined by Richard Hine, one of our platform architects. Richard, could you give us a brief introduction and background in your experience with ServiceNow?
My name is Richard Hine. I'm a Principal Technical Consultant at Crossfuze. Been working with ServiceNow about 6 years, specialise in the integration and ITOM side of the house.
So Richard, what does ITOM Optimization consist of? What is it and what capabilities are available?
The ITOM Optimization is a sort of an umbrella term for cloud provisioning and governance and the cost insight billing. They sort of sit, from my view, at the sort of pinnacle of the ITOM suite. It's when you've got to that level of maturity, you need to control and manage your cloud sprawl and your associated costs that come with that. It also allows the seamless user experience, the provision, the deprovision, the reconfiguration of the cloud resources you've got.
And what sort of challenges does ITOM Optimization help overcome?
The most significant ones for me is the sprawl and the overuse or the extensive use of cloud and the cost implication that comes with that. There's been a tendency, particularly during COVID, to just focus on spinning up services quickly without necessarily having the relevant governance and cost control in place at the same time. Especially
in this digital transformation world where our customers are being asked to introduce more services, introduce more IT in an ever-growing complex world, and it's difficult to maintain that governance.
Yeah, and the other thing, I think the thing I always talk to customers about is it improves their speed to be able to provision new services. Quite often it's seamless, so a DevOps team could go and provision a completely new stack with just not even the need for approvals at times. And obviously you've then got the elements of decommissioning as well, so you can realise where your cost has gone too much or you need to recover, a stack's not being used, you can deprovision resources using the product as well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of opportunity for customers to save money and reinvest it in other areas in IT. There's ever-growing challenges with customers trying to cut costs all whilst introducing these services. So being aware of what's out there, I think, is a real key factor in this. And it goes into, once you're aware, then you can start making some key business decisions.
Absolutely, yes. And looking at your spend with different providers, what you're actually utilising, where you might have overlap with on-premises solutions, which comes back to the ITSM position. You can look at where your stacks are and where they are better placed.
Yeah, and there's a security element to consider here as well, Richard, is the fact that once we do have that visibility into our cloud and we can see what's spun up or spun down, we can ensure that it's secure, which I know is on the top of a lot of CIO's wish list this year.
Yeah, and certainly when you come into the CMDB, you don't necessarily know what you've got, and I think that's, again, coming back to the cloud sprawl. If you don't have the visibility piece as well, showing you what you've got, you've lost that layer of governance.
So Richard, what challenges does it help overcome for our customers?
One customer I work with, their DevOps team were wanting to repeatedly try builds and integrations with different tools. And they wanted to be able to sort of spin it up, tear it down repeatedly until they got the configuration they wanted right. And they were obviously having to do that manually. This would take that away.
And based on your experience within the industry, could you talk to us a little bit about the customer journey when working in ITOM Optimization?
It's the consistent user journey, the consistent user experience. They're used to using ServiceNow to request a new laptop. It allows them to go and, particularly the DevOps team, go and request stacks, have those stacks provisioned quickly, sometimes with or without approval. It just allows them to move at the speed they need to operate.
Yeah, with the governance, so it's not blocking them or stopping them from developing and innovating, but it also ensures that there's some form of governance there and things don't just get out of control.
Yeah, ServiceNow refer to them as guardrails. There are policies you can put in place around sort of CPU size, space quotas, naming conventions. It makes it a controlled but not restrictive environment. You can put approvals in place if there are other things that need to be governed, but it allows particularly the DevOps teams to move very quickly. If they need a stack to test something, they can bring it up, they can then deprovision it again.
When we speak to customers, we tend to see multiple different cloud vendors that they work with. How does ITOM Optimization handle this type of complexity?
We can integrate with Azure, AWS, Google, VMware. Obviously, you can do private clouds. It's platform agnostic, and it allows a consistent approach regardless of which vendor you're using.
That's great. Thanks very much, Richard, for today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.